Well. Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back. I know it hasn't been a couple of days. I don't know. I try to put out a variety of videos because my YouTube channel represents my blog in a way. So you're going to get different, like, various types of videos. So don't expect, like, one niche, because I'm not one niche type of a girl. I'm a well-rounded type of a girl. So anyway, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Joy, and this is your safe space for deep conversation, self-discovery, and, you know, intentional living. My allergies are acting up. All right, let me ask you guys something. Are you guys tired of feeling drained, like uninspired? You're just numb and going through life, or like you've been pouring from an empty cup? Well, are you ready to put yourself first and start showing up for yourself in every way you deserve? I got you. Then keep watching, because today I am revealing 5 must-have essentials for your very own self-love starter kit. A personalized toolkit to help you nurture self-compassion, boost confidence, and reconnect with yourself. So again, if you are new to Joy Serendipity, be sure to like, comment, and share. Follow me on all of my platforms. I just try to give advice to people. Think of me as like your virtual big sister. Give advice on various things you will need in your life in order to be successful, protect yourself from harm, and vice versa. So definitely stay tuned, because you are in for some good tips. Also, grab your tea and grab a journal, because you don't want to miss out.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to Joy Serendipity. If you're new here, definitely subscribe. You won't regret it.
I have my notes so I don't forget anything, because I wrote this down for you to keep with you for your starter kit. So let's set the tone with a truth bomb. According to recent studies, over 60% of young adults report feeling chronically stressed, anxious, or not good enough. Raise your hand if you ever felt that way. Raise your hand if you are currently feeling that way. So, in a world that glorifies hustle culture, filters, and constant comparison, it's easy to lose sight of yourself. But here's the thing. You'll spend your entire life doing that. You deserve to feel whole, grounded, and loved by one person. The person that you will spend your entire life with. That is you. So this is why I'm going to give you the starter kit in order to make the person that you are going to be with forever be the best self that they can be. That makes sense. So think of it as your emotional first aid kit. You know, this is like your go-to set of tools, habits, and cozy reminders that help you check in, reset, and pour into yourself. Let's build together. So the first thing I feel like you need in your toolkit would be affirmations. Whether you say them out loud or, you know, to yourself, or you have them as your daily text message reminders, definitely do that. So let's start with this mindset. Affirmations are a short, powerful statement that help you rewrite your thoughts and beliefs. We are constantly, you know, having fears and stuff going through our brains that, like, how do I want to put this? That you are acting out with your actions. Like, what you think is basically how things are going to turn out. And we don't want those things to be negative. So when repeated constantly, these affirmations, they shift your inner dialogue from criticism to compassion. And you definitely need that. So that journal I told you to grab, I want you to grab it really quick. I used to wake up feeling immediately the need to like scroll social media, which that was a terrible habit. You need to just sit with yourself before you let others, or like, you know, before you start taking in what others are putting out. So stop comparing yourself to online. Now, I start my day with these 3 affirmations. You can either write it on your mirror, in your journal, put it in your phone as your alarm clocks, or your notes app. Sorry, yeah. I thought I heard like an animal. I'm in nature, but whatever. So the first thing you're going to say is, I am enough exactly as I am. I am enough exactly as I am. My favorite number is 3, so I say it 3 times. The next thing you're going to say is, I am growing at my own pace, and that's more than okay. Because it is. And then the last thing I do say is, I choose to love and accept myself even on my hard days. Because it is hard to accept yourself when things aren't perfect or going as you plan. So you're going to say these out loud, write them down, stick them on your mirror, because your words are what's important, not what you see on social media, unless it could be helpful. You know, that's why I said on one of my platforms to curate your social media to be positive instead of taking in constant negative things, which I know it's hard with the state of the world right now, but you got to do what you got to do to protect your mental health. So I would say the next thing you need for your toolkit is curating your comfort zone. Self-love is also physical. When you rest, recharge, and reflect, plays a major role in how supportive you feel. So I want to know what your comfort zone looks like. Mine includes a fuzzy blanket. I love blankets. Like, I have maybe 10 of them, which don't talk about me, but yeah. Mine includes a fuzzy blanket. I like candles that smell like food because they're very comforting. So like you have like your pumpkin pie or like anything like sweet, I like how it smells. But I also, on other terms, I have candles like this. This one is a Tuscany candle. It's eucalyptus rain, so it has aloe, eucalyptus, and it has like this sense of rain, because that is also comforting to me since I love nature as well. So just get your favorite scent. I have a candle wax warmer as well, just like something to set the mood and a smell that brings you comfort. I would also say I have like soft lighting. I tell anyone, I don't like overhead fluorescent lights. I don't like white light. I like warm lights, because the white light just feels like you're stuck in a like 9 to 5 just working, you know, like you need that soft calming light. So I do that, and then I have a playlist that, you know, I'm a sucker for playlists. I make them all the time. So I have that playlist that helps soothe my soul. Your space should feel like a hug. So try these must-haves for your self-love sanctuary. Aromatherapy candle. It could be the aloe scent, rain, eucalyptus, lavender. Lavender is very comforting, but for me, lavender makes me go to sleep. I used to work in a spa, so like I know what tends to make people fall asleep, because they would purposely use the lavender to make you go to sleep during your massage. But I digress. I like a good book or journal. Check out my book. It's in the comments. It's very comforting. And then I also carry my journal. It's getting kind of full, so hopefully I can find that exact one where I got it from. If not, I'm a little scared because I love it. I love the bounding and everything. You can do an acoustic playlist. That's why I try to do lo-fi playlists on my YouTube channel as well, so you can play that in the background while you just sit with your own thoughts. I love my blanket, like I said, and a pillow that brings me comfort. I have like maybe 10 pillows on my bed. I know, I love comfort, so multiple. And I love plants and flowers, so I do keep the plants and flowers on me. I have an aloe plant that's growing pretty well. I just started my hibiscus plant, but it's growing really fast. So hopefully I'll have some hibiscus tea from that soon, which I'm excited because I'm creating my own tea and getting my green thumb. Just any type of plant that brings you close to nature. Make it yours and make it sacred. That's how you're curating your comfort zone. So the next thing I feel like you need for your toolkit is nourishing your body and mind. A lot of people forget this. Like, you constantly will see people eating hot Cheetos or whatnot, which there is nothing wrong to your favorite snacks, especially as women. Like, you get those cravings during the time of the month. I know it can't just be me. Like, I crave chocolate or something salty, like salt and vinegar chips or whatnot, but that's not good all the time. So you need to remember, self-love isn't just emotional, it is embodied. The way you treat your body is a reflection of your inner world. I'm not talking about like the strict diets, because don't get me wrong, I wrote a post about this on my blog. I'm kind of against, diet culture. I feel like it just creates a negative relationship with food for people, and I would never wish that on anyone. So no strict diets, no harsh routines. I'm talking about intentional nourishment. You can pick up a book on what to eat. I have recipes in my cookbook. I have recipes that I post for free on my blog. So definitely these tools that I'm giving you, you should definitely take advantage of, because you want to become your best self. So you're going to start with your morning with a breakfast. I know that cliche saying breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but it is, because it gives you the energy you need to get through at least up to half of your day, which just brings you to lunch. So start your morning with the breakfast that energizes you. Think fruit, oats, eggs, whatever feels good, and make sure you have your water. I like to start my day on an empty stomach with water. I will have some broth or some tea for the warming part, especially during your time of the month, ladies. And then I also have like these energy shots. I'm very like congested in the morning. I don't know if you can tell, but I can admit it. I have no shame. So definitely that. Then you're gonna move your body the way it feels joyful, whether you're going to a Zumba class, dancing, going cycling. I go for hikes, or I will work out in the morning. Mornings I prefer, because first of all, the crowd is very low, and second of all, like, it just gives me the energy to get through the day naturally without drinking coffee or relying on it. Next, take 10 minutes, set your timer, 10 minutes out of the day to meditate. Breathe deeply or simply be still. So I have my meditation videos on my channel. Play it. Think of your affirmations, breathe. And yeah, just sit with it. Your body is your home. Treat it. There's my timer to meditate. Treat your body as your home. Treat it like it's a sacred vessel, because it is. The fourth thing I feel like you need for your toolkit is self-care rituals for everyday life. Most people think of self-care rituals as like sitting in a bubble bath and just drinking wine, which it could be for you. But all I'm saying is what we do daily matters more than what we do occasionally. So creating self-care rituals helps you anchor into peace even on chaotic days. I would say here are some things I wrote down that are some daily rituals you can start now. So yeah, you can do the weekly baths with like some Epsom salt and calming music. You can journal before bed, like put the blue light phone down, laptop down, and journal. Just brain dump. It doesn't even have to be prompt. You can brain dump about your stress and affirm your worth. I would say morning walks and stretches with no phones. You can definitely do that. Set a timer for that. I would say spending time, 15 minutes in nature, barefoot if you can. I just feel like nature recharges you and you just get a whole new reset. And lastly, like from what I could think, I would say playing a calming playlist while you cook or clean is the goal. Sorry, someone texted me. Just make it a part of your routine and not an afterthought. You need to start prioritizing your mental, emotional, and physical health. There's so much more spiritual. Like, start loving yourself the way you would love someone else. The last thing I feel like you need for your kit is meaningful connection with yourself. So I would say self-love requires knowing yourself. So often we seek love in others, and I talk about this all the time. And we're searching for what we could possibly have within. We don't know what it feels like to be loved because you aren't prioritizing loving yourself first. I know that's cliche as well, like love yourself first, but it does take a toll and play a role in it. So I would say spend time with yourself, not just around distractions. And here's how. So I did this, and I remember the idea came from one of my elementary teachers. She had us write a letter to our future self. It could be about anything, your goals or whatnot. She sealed it, wrote open when you're like 18, I think, when we graduated high school. And then like the letters went with us. Like she gave us the letters to take home and put it somewhere safe. And I remember opening that letter. Oh my goodness, I about cried because, like, you know, hearing from your younger self is like a little time machine. So you can write your letter for your future self, or you can write a letter to your past and write open when blah blah blah. I would do start a get to know me journal. I have one of those, even if it's just like a fun game, a this or that journal. Because a lot of times someone asks, tell me about yourself, or a guy's like, hey, what do you like? And you don't even know half the time because you don't know yourself. So I would say start that journal just to get to know yourself. I also would say practice mirror work. Look into your eyes, you know, and say something kind instead of always being your critic, your biggest critic. Fall in love with your mind, your own voice, and your own company. You know how long it took me to be comfortable with talking on camera because I didn't like the sound of my own voice? Which there are going to be people who make fun of you, but you just gotta like let the haters talk. Like once you let go of the fear of judgment, you are crystal clear. Like you are good because you're only trying to impress yourself, and people are going to hate regardless. You're just doing what you love and doing what you love best. So yeah. So I hope you guys liked my starter kit, but let's recap your self starter kit essentials. Affirmations to shift your mindset. I would say a cozy comfort zone, you know, tailored to you. I gave you some ideas, but make sure it's tailored to you. Nourishment for your body and mind. So go to grocery shopping. It may cost a little bit more to have some healthy foods, but it's worth it. Medical bills are more expensive. Keep that in mind. Rituals that create peace every day. So pick your poison. Start with that first, and then you can expand onto multiple things. And then lastly, a deep connection with your true self. That is your meaningful and your self-love starter kit. So this isn't about perfection. It is about intention. Self-love is a journey, not a destination. Again, self-love is a journey, not a destination. But every small step you take builds a more grounded, joyful, and empowered you. And remember, I want you guys to remember, you are worthy, you are evolving, and you're already enough. So just focus on you. The right person will accept you for you, but you must first know you. So again, if this video resonated with you, all the tools I talked about in this video will be in the description. Make sure you hit a like, share, comment, follow me on all my platforms. Love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.